while the athlete is still non-weight bearing, we're going to have them use the upper body ergometer to maintain their cardiovascular endurance. Okay, so now we're going to do some ankle range of motion with the yellow TheraBand. So I'm going to have you point your toes to the ceiling against my resistance, yep, and pull back down. Pull up, pull back down. And I want you to do it nice, smooth, and slow. And then I'm going to switch, and I want you to point your toes inward against my resistance. Good job. And you want to come back nice and slow. And then I'm going to have you hold the TheraBand, and you want to point your toes to the ground. Okay. And then last one, I just want you to push your foot out. There you go. Nice and smooth. And we'll do that 15 times. And all of these, we're going to do 3 sets of 15 with the yellow band. Okay, Brianna, the next exercise we're going to do is straight leg raises. So I'm going to have you lay down. I'm going to have you bend your left knee so your foot's flat on the table. I'm going to have you tighten your quad on your right leg. You're going to point your toes to the ceiling, and you're going to bring your leg up so it's even with your other leg. And then you're going to bring it back down and relax. And then tighten, bring your leg up, and come back down. The next one, you're going to lay on your involved side, so your right side. And I want you to cross your left leg so your foot is flat onto the table over your knee. Good job. And then I'm going to have you bring your right leg straight up. Yep, and come back down. And then straight up again, and come back down. Okay, and then the next one, we're going to have you lay on your stomach. And you're going to take your right leg, keep your left leg flat, and you're going to bring your right leg straight up in the air. And you want to keep your toes pointed towards the table. Straight up, and then straight down. Okay, and then the last one, I'm going to have you lay on your left side. And you want to bend your left knee, bring it in front of you. Yep. And you want to bring this leg just slightly behind, and you're going to keep your toes pointed towards the wall. And you're going to bring your leg straight up to about there, and then come back down. Straight up, come back down. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is quad sets. So I want you to tighten your right quad as much as you can. Also pretend like you're trying to drive your knee into the table. Good. And I'm going to have you keep your quad tightened for about 10 seconds and then relax. We're going to do this 10 times. I'm going to have you try and tighten and keep this ball from falling. So you're going to squeeze, hold for about 10 seconds, and then you can relax, and then squeeze, and we'll do that again 10 times.
Okay, so now that we're in phase 2, and we're 6 weeks post-op, we can start some weight bearing. But first I'm going to just do some cross-friction massage to kind of just break up some of that scar tissue. Now that the athlete is weight bearing, we will have them warm up on the stationary bike for 10 minutes instead of the VE. Okay, so now we're going to do some 4-way TheraBand. Instead of the yellow TheraBand, we're going to use the red just to provide some more resistance. And go ahead and point your toes to the ceiling. And we're going to do 3 sets of 15 of these too, okay? Okay, so now we're going to use the same concept as the straight leg raise as before, but we're going to add a weight to your ankle. Okay, so now that we have the blue TheraBand above your knees, we're going to do some clamshell exercises. So go ahead and lay on your left side. And yep, put your feet together. So you want to keep your feet together and move your knees away from each other. And we're gonna do 3 sets of 10. So because you haven't been weight bearing for 6 weeks, we're gonna do some weight shifts. So just kind of stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and then just kind of shift your weight from hip to hip. And we're gonna do that for a couple minutes. Okay, so as we progress through phase 2, we're gonna progress the weight shifts to a single leg stance. So go ahead and stand on your bad foot. Yep. And you can use a table if you need some support. Okay, so now we're gonna do some calf raises. So go ahead and put your hands on the table. And this is here for support, so don't be afraid to use it. And I'm gonna have you stand up on your tippy toes and control it and then come back down. Okay, and to just kind of stretch your Achilles and strengthen your tibia anterior, we're going to just have you do some heel walks. So just walk on your heels. Okay, so now we're going to do some step ups. So what I'm going to have you do is step up with the bad and down with the good. Yep, and then go back down with your left. And then back up. And then I'm also going to have you do some lateral step ups. So we're going to face this way. Step in with the bad, and then follow with the good, and then step down with the bad. And then now step in with the good, follow with the bad, and then down. Yep.
And if the athlete's gait is compromised, we want to also retrain them to walk heel to toe normal.